All right. So we got some MAXXs on the bench from our bash session yesterday. On the sended jumps, this is the orange one that was having the fans really make a horrific noise. So I'm gonna get the fans popped out, and or the one fan, because that's the one making the noise. I think it's out of the case and it's just it's rubbing on the inside. So we're gonna unbolt it. But to unbolt it, we have to get the lights unplugged to get that stuff out of the way. It's got 2 screws that hold the whole plastic case down. I'm going to take a look and see what's going on in here. Oh, I see. All the blades are missing. So we're going to have to replace this fan, because every blade is missing on it. That's why it's howling so much. And when you're bashing this hard, it's bound to happen. I find getting them out's a little difficult. Because there's 4 clips. So as you can see, there's only 2 blades left on this fan, which that's why it's making so much noise. So part number's 3475. I'm gonna have to order up some more. This is my last one. I try to keep at least 2 in stock. 4 is better because it happens a lot. That's what they look like. And then the wire has to go over by the other wire. And then clips in down here. That should be it. And hopefully this thing doesn't sound real bad again. Just from impacts, crashing real bad. The fans don't last forever. See, that's the white MAXX one. We should have enough power in this. So there we go, just a busted fan in the orange one, which isn't too bad. Get the battery out of it so we can get it cleaned up, get it ready to go out again. I gotta remember to order some more of those. And what I'll do is end up saving those connectors to solder onto something else and throw this away. So next thing we're gonna check is why our reverse lights went out on this one. We'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna take a look and see why these lights don't work. Well, they work, they just don't. No brake or that's that one. All right. So what I'm going to try first is swapping over the module. I think would be the easiest thing to make sure the module works. See if the light bar broke or if it's in the module. Okay, so here's the module, and then blue, red, which are the backlights. We'll plug this in. Stick a battery in this one. to grab the controller. We'll be right back. Alright, so I got the module plugged into just the rear on this one. Let me see if the module is good. It's the one we got the fan fixed on. And I'm running out of room. So the lights and the reverse work, which means the brakes work. So everything works with the module, which lets me know it's probably in the wiring, which that's what I was assuming, is that a wire probably broke. So we're going to pull off the rear light bar. We're going to take a look, see if I can see something broken. So this module proves to be okay. Now this, I'm going to have to put this back together. So I'm going to unscrew the two so that I can get to these. This one goes in blue. This one goes in red. And then this one goes in white. And then we can screw this back down. So it's definitely not impact related to the module, which is good news. Get the battery out of there, and then I can plug this sensor wire back in. There we go. And I'll probably have to put some zip ties on that. Oh, wrong body. And we can get this off the table now. All right. Process of elimination. We're going to do white. White, red, and blue. I'm going to plug this back into the ESC, and I guess it could be an ESC issue, but I just don't think so. we're just going to double check it. Orange. And look, it's working. So, some sort of connection error, because it's working now. So, it had some sort of bad connection somewhere that is now okay. And it could have been at the ESC. So, what I'm going to do is get some zip ties, tie everything back up. And double check it one more time. There's the reverse. So everything's working. So it was some sort of connection error. And there we go. So the lights will take a beating. But you definitely got to do your wire management. I did. I might have had the rear a little too tight. So this time I left, because I looped it and tied it off. This time I flipped the module around and set it up like the other one. Because I know the orange one, I followed the instructions. Because that was well, it wasn't even the orange one, it was my daughter's. The orange one was installed by Traxxas. So that's why I grabbed that one. Because that one is a factory install light kit from Traxxas. So all I did was flip the module around. Which took out some slop out of this, made it a little tighter, and then gave me more room for these. And then I took out the loop I had here tied up, and that's it. And then plugged it back in, and everything seems to be working okay now. But it's nice to know that it was just some sort of connection error. Probably on one of those hard landings, got bad contact somewhere. But now it's up and working again, and that's it. There is, if you watched the last video, something I want to work on, which is the rear of this kicking out, which we're going to work on the next episode, since this one's getting a little long. We got the fan fixed in the orange one. We got the lights back working on this one. So I think the next thing to do is to possibly put this onto scales and check to see if the battery side is weighing in on this thing drifting. It's kicking to the right on every trigger pull. And watching a few other videos, I've noticed that every MAXX seems to be kicking to the right. So I don't know if that's because the diff is so soft, The center diff feels, you know, good. These really feel like an open diff in the rear. And even the front's pretty soft. But I do notice that the axle is sagging too much here. And cutting up the axle a little bit, the plastic axles. God, the pins they got for this are massive, which I think that's different from the other MAXXs. The axles are taking a beating, but we're going to look into all that on the next one. But there we go, guys. Lights are really not broken, just a bad contact somewhere, and the fan was broken in the orange MAXX. All three are put back together, so we're going to get them out, rip them again, get them cleaned up. And so far, this thing's been pretty bulletproof. And remember, it's a basher, not a track racer. So no reason to test this thing on a dirt track anywhere, ever. Doesn't steer good, but you sure can send it, and you can crash and not have to worry about breaking stuff on every bad landing. But like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.